lined up the top stars from Hollywood and from all over the world to entertain you on a giant screen with a few colorful motion pictures you've been hearing about and reading
It's
about.
showtime, folks. Enjoy the show.
We're delighted to have you with us. They're driving theater.
You'll find something to please you to add to your evening's enjoyment.
Is pleased to bring you our feature presentation.
Good evening, everybody. What's going on? It is another Monday. It is it's November now. Ew. Like, what happened? I miss October already. I'm not happy about it. Well, welcome to the Drive-In Speaker Box. This is the podcast about movies. I'm your host, Bo, the boom operator.
I'm Slick Doggy the Grip.
And we're here. We're here with you again. We just had a sub on Twitch. Merle subbing for another 38 months. Thank you for that sub. And for those of you that are just maybe listening to the audio version of this podcast and going, what the hell are they talking about? We do this show live every Monday at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. And you can tune in live. We got people in the comments right now. We do a pre-show about 30 minutes early, and we just sit here and we yap with the people, with just the fans. We're just yapping. So yeah, it's, you know, for those of you that listen all the time, I just got done with one of the busiest weeks of my life, and we're back. And I didn't see a movie this week, although I am going to see the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein tomorrow. I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna go to Red Lobster and eat Cheddar Bay biscuits, and then I'm going to go and watch Frankenstein. I think that sounds like a lovely date night for myself.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that they were showing it at the theater, and I was like, I gotta let my boy know about it so we can catch it before the 7th, which is its official release on Netflix.
Yeah.
So,
A lot of Netflix drama going on right now with Millie Bobby Brown and what's his name? I just forgot his name. The big guy, David Harbour, and apparently he's a bully, and I don't know what happened, but right here before the launch of the final season of Stranger Things, I guess we don't like David Harbour anymore. So okay, I don't know what all these accusations of bullying are. But interesting to read about that. That comes out next week, right? It's this week.
I don't know.
Final Stranger Things.
I've never watched more than 5 minutes of a Stranger Things
What?
episode. Yeah.
I feel like you'd like season 1 and 2.
No.
Why?
I tried.
Why? What?
First off, it opens with nerds playing D&D, and I was like,
this is hitting too close to home.
no. I mean, if it would have opened up with them like getting thumped on by someone cool, because aren't there like cool rock and roll dudes?
Yeah,
that,
that's the whole season 2.
bully the nerds.
That's the whole season 2.
I'll start on
Billy.
season 2.
And then like the hero of the last one's like a guitar playing like metalhead with long hair.
I saw that scene where this dude like shreds while the apocalypse is happening or something like that.
Yep, and you're talking like, no, not my thing, dude. It's like a bunch of 80s stuff. It's it's long-haired shredding hero dudes. Yeah, he plays Metallica.
Oh, well, that's lame. Metallica sucks.
Well, not back then it didn't.
That's true. Yeah, I guess that's fair.
But let's see. Night Owlishly over on Twitch coming in with the facts here. The guy that was married to the singer that just released an album detailing how shit of a human he is. Maybe we don't need to know this much about celebrities. Like, maybe we don't need to know that a guy that was married to a singer that just released an album, like, maybe that's too many layers of personal business that, you know, I don't really care. Like, I just assume all rich and famous people are pieces of shit. I'm pretty sure Bobby Brown, whatever her name is.
Millie Bobby Brown.
I'm pretty sure she's probably been pretty shitty to people. I think the only person in Hollywood that's probably not a piece of shit is Keanu Reeves. And
Sean Astin's probably a super rad dude.
I bet Sean Astin's a nice
bet
dude.
Elijah Wood is a really nice guy.
But I bet they've done shitty things. Because people do. I bet I know I've done shitty things. I bet you've done shitty things. But everybody in this chat has done a shitty thing. And if every person was like under a microscope as much as every single celebrity ever, like this guy, he didn't open a door up for a wheelchair person, and they're like, fuck them. And I don't care enough about people's lives for it to be as big of a news as it was. Star Punch Telemaster coming in saying Tom Hanks had homeless people fights in his basement.
He also did the Airheads thing.
Remember how Kimbo Slice got famous?
Well, he wasn't having homeless people fight.
He was a homeless fighter.
He was going out there, fighting people on the street. Yeah, it was awesome.
Oh, man. So, to Dina's point there on Twitch, she said she made the whole album about him being awful, but she's awful too. People are awful. That's the moral of the story. People are awful. And if I can watch Stranger Things and go, that was a fun exploration of fantasy world where I got to watch people that don't exist in real life fight monsters from the netherworld in an 80s environment. Yay! I don't need to care about their fucking dating drama where they're like, oh, well, I'm going to write a song because he's a dickhead. And I'm like, well, cool. I don't, even people in my inner sphere, like if some band is playing at Smoke and Barrel and all their songs were about their, their girlfriend who was in the room and like, she sucks. And this goes out to, Janet for cheating on me with Chad. I'm like, I don't care. Like, is the song rad? Like, if the song's rad, okay, we can jam to the song. I don't need any context. Like, I got enough shit in my life. But yeah, I mean,
focus more on doing Paul Stanley song intros.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, hey everyone, we're having a good time, but maybe some people are feeling a little sick, kind of under the weather. We better call the doctor.
Yeah, y'all like cold gin? Yeah, that's how we should be just doing stuff. Like, everybody having a good time? No? Well, let's have some fun.
Yeah.
Like,
Paul Stanley song intros are the best.
They are the best. Shout outs. Shout it out louds. How about that? Yeah. Shout out louds. But anyway, that's news. I don't give a shit about that news. We're moving on. I caught one thing that I did catch was 2 episodes of the new Witcher. I was like, okay, I got home late. And I have to turn my brain off. And I'm like, I'll just go into a fantasy world of wizards and witchery. I'm like, I'm going to watch, Liam Hemsworth just try to pretend that he's not following in someone else's footsteps. And I watched the first 2 episodes. And I just want to watch more Lawrence Fishburne now. He's playing that vampire guy, Emil Regis from
Vampire.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, Lawrence Fishburne. I was hating the show. I was like, episode 1 was doo-doo. I was like, ugh. And it's all about like the Ciri, whatever her name is, the Daenerys Targaryen Witcher version, and she's just like, I'm a rebellious teenager and maybe a lesbian now. We're gonna go rob banks and I'm gonna go be bad and naughty. And I'm like, this storyline sucks. And then Liam Hemsworth is like, oh, I'm Geralt again. Remember, it's me the whole time. I'm the Geralt now. And I'm like, this sucks. I hate this. And Yennefer's like, no one cares about me anyway. And then episode 2 comes on, and they meet some dwarves that are not CGI and played by actual Little People actors, and it's great. And they go on this merry band, and they run into a creepy apothecary vampire, Lawrence Fishburne, and he joins their party. And I'm like, okay, I'm back. I'm back in the saddle. So I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna finish watching it, and I'll tell you what I think about it. But so far, I'm like, But it is fantasy, and there are swords, and now it has Lawrence Fishburne, and maybe I'll give it a chance. I'll see it through. What do you got in your news?
Man,
stack?
there was not. I don't have a stack. There was almost nothing going on in the news this past week. Hardly at all.
No.
Today's
That's what I'm
Godzilla-
talking about.
Today's Godzilla Day.
And I sold my Godzilla pinball machine today, not knowing that it was Godzilla Day.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today is Godzilla Day. It was today in 1954 that Godzilla came out. That's kind of cool. That's fun. Speaking of Japan and things, yeah. Well, yeah. Dina brings up the other day we got the announcement of Godzilla Minus Zero, the sequel to Godzilla Minus One. There's a whole story about why it was called Minus One. So I don't know how the Minus Zero going. Well, is that forward or backward since it still has the minus in front of it? Who knows?
Or maybe it's not going anywhere because 0 minus 0 is 0.
Yeah, but minus one, -1, and then you got 0.
0. So this has got to be a sequel.
Maybe this is plus or minus 0. So anyhow, yeah, we got the announcement of that. Hopefully it's still cool. Hopefully a budget doesn't ruin it, right? Like, because the old movie guy was
Sometimes money does ruin things.
yeah, the last one, the guy was like, I just love Godzilla, let's do it. And then just runaway success there. So hopefully the next one is just as good. But we got a English trailer for Japan's submission to Best International Film, Kokuho, which is a story about like a kabuki guy in the 60s.
Oh.
And from the looks of the trailer, I guess he's like the son of like a Yakuza dude or something. One of these guys is the son of a Yakuza guy, and they get into
Kabuki?
Kabuki, and it takes place in the 60s. It takes place in like...
I bet 60s Kabuki was like,
yeah,
chef's
it's like
kiss.
Early, mid-60s.
Like
Kabuki
Austin Powers Kabuki.
No. In like Nagasaki. It has Ken Watanabe in it. The main character is played by Ryo Yoshizawa from Kamen Rider. It looks super interesting, very dramatic. Looks like there's action and intrigue and drama
kabuki?
and lots of kabuki. So that's kind of cool.
What do you like better, Kabuki or no?
They're very different.
They are very different.
Kabuki because the music.
Okay, I'll buy that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the music being played with kabuki.
It's fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's
think
cool.
the actors like doing their like whole thing, like the like all that stuff's pretty cool. And the way the makeup is done, and the costuming
is cool.
You can't beat costuming kabuki because when you have a dude that has like a 15-foot long spear and he's like, oh, that's
pretty badass.
It's pretty badass. It's actually super rad. I'll tell you what, I have like 4 or 5 books about kabuki.
I thought you were about to say spears.
No,
like,
that'd be cool. My brother, actually, he just got back from Japan not long ago.
He didn't bring you any spears?
No, but he did bring me a book in Japanese about kabuki.
Couldn't you got that on Amazon?
Maybe, but
why don't you get you something like some forbidden like totem from a garden shrine
because it sounds like not okay. He brought me a lot of souvenirs from the sumo tournament. He went
that's badass.
He went to the sumo tournament, so he brought me a bunch of souvenirs from it. So that's
badass.
Really cool. Yeah, it's
like actually, a diaper, like one of their diapers.
No.
Oh.
No.
Like a sweaty sumo thong.
No, he got me a paper scroll that is all of the matches in the lineup.
That's cool. That's cool.
And then he got me a ukiyo-e print of all of the competitors.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and he got me a little Tengu charm from a temple.
That's cool.
Yeah, super rad.
That's cool.
But talking about movies and things here, because that's what we do.
And no news that
so they're making a Call of Duty movie.
Sounds like duty.
And they just signed on Taylor Sheridan, the dude who did Yellowstone, the guy that everyone that participated in Yellowstone hates, and the reason that Yellowstone kind of fell apart because he let himself get in the way of
everything.
His show. So we'll see how that goes. Not that anyone would be too awful excited about.
How is it that we're getting a Call of Duty movie before we get a Grand Theft Auto movie?
Why do you need video game movies?
I'm saying we don't, honestly. But I mean, didn't they say like the last Grand Theft Auto like was $1 billion to make? Something insane, something absurd.
Yeah, but Rockstar does all sorts of crazy, innovative things whenever they make a game. They're like, we invented this technology for games, and then everyone's like, dude, look at the insane detail on like Rockstar stuff, and they're like, why did it take us 15 years to find this out about like the last Grand Theft Auto? They're like, did you know if you stand here and you turn here and you choose this thing and you act on this, then there's a whole secret story that no one even knew about until right now. And it's like the level of detail in Rockstar games is just
they're wild.
absolutely
And it's
insane.
crazy because the first Grand Theft Auto was almost throwback in its turn and like its visual style and its gameplay, but it was
The
just
top down?
but it was such a good, well-made game that it was like, wait a second, the physics are just dialed in for a top down, and everything was really, really cool. I mean, it's a cool game company. It's like interesting to see game companies like that just grow and grow and grow and innovate, and then companies like Blizzard just like vortex in on themselves and seem to be like taking steps backwards. I used to worship Blizzard. Like I thought they were, and then they got bought by like Activision or whatever. And it's just, I mean, I haven't given a shit about a Blizzard game in probably 8 years.
Yeah. Star Punch said they had the original GTA on their computers in high school. That's probably something the teacher didn't know about. Hey, talking about machines and programming and stuff, did you see that the most watched horror movie on TV at home, the most watched horror movie at home?
Is this most streamed?
It said on TV in the article.
Okay, so
but it's bound to be
that's all
streamed because I
streaming, yeah.
really doubt that it was on network television.
Yeah, definitely not.
Megan 2 for the first week of October 1st through the 7th. It was the most.
So we were
watched.
right
Yeah.
that movie was going to blow up on when it hit streaming.
Yeah, it had like all of the views. Nothing was watched more in that first 7 days of October than Megan 2.
Weird.
Yeah, I just thought that was interesting because it was one of those things where it was like, it could be cool. I don't think anyone will watch it at the theater, and then no one watched it at the theater, and like, but I bet everyone will watch that at home. Like I never watched the first one, but I kind of want to watch the second one just because it's Terminator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So there was an article that I was looking at. I don't know where it went, but they were talking about like Sony wanting to try and figure out a way to like turn all these box office bombs into like big streaming cult.
they do it themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it already works. Vince says that it was wildly advertised on Peacock. You know what's crazy is like I got rid of Peacock as soon as they moved all the WWE live events off of there. I'm like, why do I even have Peacock? And then all of a sudden Peacock's like, dude, did you know that we have Columbo now? You can watch all of Columbo. I'm
Peter Falk,
yeah,
let's
I'm like,
go.
what the heck? So I've just been watching all this YouTube of Columbo that they put up to say, did you know that Peacock has Columbo? And then we saw last week that Peacock was the one to have if you wanted like
All the cool
all
horror
the
stuff.
cool Halloween horror stuff. And then there's other things like that. I'm like, dang, what a terrible time for me to get rid of Peacock when they finally have something besides SNL reruns on there for me to actually want to watch. So I got rid of all my streaming except for I have Netflix, Prime, but that's a given. But I got Netflix, Dropout, and HBO. And I'm trying to figure out why I have HBO. I need to just get rid of it. But then I remember that DC Animated is on there. I'm like, maybe I'll hold on to it.
Well, also speaking of horror movies, the trailer dropped for Scream 7, which I don't know how this franchise keeps going and how every time I watch a Scream movie, I'm like, I kind of liked it. But in the trailer, they kind of teased that a character long thought to be dead is coming back. And that is Matthew Lillard's character, Stu, from the very, very first one. He was one of the two killers. So, of course, you know, it's Sidney Prescott, Neve Campbell coming back, and it's, you know, her daughter's being hunted by another ghost face. So, yeah, I Scream 7, man. I'm okay with it. And I actually really like Matthew Lillard. I think he's probably one of the good ones. Like we were talking about, like earlier.
He does a good job of playing a butthole.
He does,
but he's
and
probably
also a fun
super
guy.
nice guy. Yeah, that's true. Vince asked if we're going to talk about ABC Disney being pulled from YouTube TV. I hadn't seen anything about that, but
I think it's like something about was it election coverage stuff? Like I don't know.
or is that just Disney being like, there's one way to watch
So
Disney, and that's Disney Plus?
All right, here's 3 hours ago. says YouTube has proposed restoring Disney's ABC and ESPN networks in response to the entertainment giant's earlier request to bring back ABC to the pay TV platform for Election Day coverage. Disney had earlier on Monday asked Google's YouTube TV to restore ABC for Election Day coverage and service public interest, just days after its networks went dark on the pay TV platform. Yeah, I don't know why they pulled it. I haven't really done any research into this. Anybody in the says Disney Networks went dark on YouTube TV after negotiations to reach a licensing deal failed. The companies said in separate statements last Thursday. So I guess they're like, I'm Disney, give us all the money. And then Google's like, yeah, but we're Google. Have you heard of YouTube maybe? And they're like, but have you heard of Disney maybe? And then they're like bumping chests and go, we need all the billions. No, we need all the billions. And then they're fighting. And guess what? We are all the poor people. And
I'm trying to think of what you really miss out if Disney and ABC content isn't on YouTube, like some Jimmy Kimmel clips.
No, that's banned content now, and I guess what Donald Trump's on the attack for that other guy, and he's like, you can't make fun of me. It's illegal. And what was it? I cannot remember I don't watch any of these late night programs, but I read that and I'm like, I know who he is. But I cannot believe that we're at a place with
Seth Meyers.
Seth Meyers, yes.
Oh.
But he's like, oh yeah, making fun of me is illegal. Like that's like something that a child would say to another child on a playground.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna sue. And like this dude just grew up and he was that kid and now he does it.
I saw a thing where there were some other presidents that were made fun of on air, and all of their reactions was like, hey, that's pretty good. That's funny. Or they're like, I don't think it was that funny, but they got me, because, that's your job, is to just be the leader of the people and not a dickhole. But, whatever, I guess. We're stuck here now.
I was talking in a chat group the other day, and they're like, man, we're marching further and further into idiocracy. And then somebody...
Baiting.
Yeah. And then someone said... But you know what? Right now, I would totally take President Camacho. Like,
dude,
he had a good heart.
Jose Alejandro Mountain Dew Camacho.
Yes.
Former porn star and wrestling champion of the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude. It's not the president we want, but it's the president we need.
Dude,
we need Camacho.
As soon as old Donnie starts hooking him up with the big medallions to show who in the cabinet they are, they got like the big medallions,
big gold,
and they start being like, brought to you by Carl's Jr.,
which is what's happening right now. Oh man, let's see. Bo thought Vince says Bo thought might as well talk about something after asking. Oh, gotcha. Mm-hmm. Anyway. There's not a lot of news. That's it. That's all I had.
I tried to find news. I'm surprised I didn't see that Disney YouTube thing, but yeah, everything's still superhero news. And man, I'm so like, they're like, an actor on new Batman shows behind the scenes things. And last time it was like, Joker, look at this behind the scenes photo shows Joker, and it wasn't. It was a picture of like some posters on a wall that literally said 0 about Joker, and they're like, oh, look at that dude, Joker. And it's like, man, one, just stop doing Joker, and like, two, like, man, superhero burnout is
big.
So set in.
Well, speaking of burnout, there's the new. Well, let's talk about what's coming out in theaters this week, because there's some new movies. Nothing like really whoa, get us out to the theaters. But speaking of burnout, the big one that's coming out this week is Predator: Badlands, the Chewbacca and C-3PO story. It's just a young predator getting out there, outcast from his clan and family, finds an unlikely ally in a split-apart, mouthy android that's strapped to his back in Cloud City, in search for the ultimate adversary. So, Ellie Fanning reprising the role of C-3PO and running around with this guy, and they're chopping up monsters.
Man, I hate everything that they're doing to my Predator. Man, Predator, when I was
Are you
growing
like
up,
a not my Predator?
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, 100%. Because growing up, Predator was so cool. Predator was the coolest thing. You're like, dude, there's special forces in the jungle. They're hunted by like a stealth alien, and then there's a showdown, and it's sick. And there was nothing not cool about Predator. Like, be a sexual Tyrannosaurus just like me when you grew up. You know what I'm saying?
That chain gun where they mowed through the
Dude,
forest.
yeah, the minigun where Jesse Ventura, because Jesse Ventura was a Navy SEAL and they hand him the minigun. He's like, yeah, I know how to use this. And they're like, dude, sick. And Arnold's like, let me try. That's awesome. Behind the scenes stories of Predator, awesome. Predator, awesome. The fact that Jean-Claude Van Damme was almost there as like a weird giraffe thing,
Tiny Predator.
kind of cool. But, you know, and then Predator 2 was incredible because Danny Glover's awesome.
Yeah.
All the time. You got Gary Busey being a doucher.
Doucher and getting
which
cut in
he's-
half in a
uh,
meat locker.
Yeah, and then like you have the whole Predators being honorable and giving him the pistol and stuff. And Predator 2 was so badass. And you're like, dude, I didn't know Predator could get cooler, but like
Here it is.
near future LA. Dude, and Predators have all the honor and they kill these like Jamaican cultist dudes and they like jump through windows
They
with
had
their
to
arms
take
chopped
trophies
off.
and they're just-
oh,
yeah.
man, Predator was so cool. And then it's just
Everything-
tumbled downhill from there
Everything
'cause
since has been bad.
Alien vs Predator, you're like, it was gonna be cool, and then it was Final Girl syndrome thing, and like they fought the Queen as like 1.5 people, and that was stupid.
So bad.
And then AVPR had a cool premise of like, what if they're a predator and alien? You're like, that could be cool, and then it was stupid.
Nope.
And then Predators.
Is that the one that what's his name? Shane Black wrote?
Yeah, he didn't. No, he did The Predator.
The Predator,
He did
yeah.
Predator and The Predator.
I wanted that one to be so good. but-
Predators was garbage, except for old Larry Fishburne being
Mm-hmm.
the bad guy, the twist bad guy in it. But you have like Topher Grace is like the ultimate like prize or whatever because he's like, oh, all of you wonder why you're here? That's because I'm a serial killer.
'Cause I'm Topher Grace, yeah.
that was stupid. And then The Predator, they're like, what if it's Predator but Iron Man? That was dumb. And the thing that Predators and
That
The
was the Shane
Predator
Black
did,
one, yeah.
they're like, what if Yautja were crap? What if they were garbage? And what if they were just little ones there to be bullied? So everything you liked in Predator 1 and 2 turns out is crap because
Those were different Predators.
yeah, they're just the little turd nugget dingleberry Predators, and here's the real king shit Predators. That sucked. Everything about that sucked. And then they did the Hulu crap. They're like, what if Predators aren't even Yautja anymore? What if they're just whatever the hell we feel like? What if they're just something stupid that makes no sense? And what if we undo your favorite one, Predator 2, because it was the best one? What if we just undo that? Screw you, people that like franchises. It's our fandom now.
You gotta appeal to the kids.
Yeah, get FUQT.
We gotta make it. You know, that is my biggest like pet peeve argument of anybody that talks about a movie and they go, well, we really need to aim it for the kids. No, we don't. We never have to aim anything for the kids. If you've listened to our show,
Dude.
how many times RoboCop not aimed for the kids?
Kids love it.
Kids love it. Jurassic Park, not aimed for the kids. Kids love it. Predator, not aimed for the kids. We want it. Turned into video games. Terminator, not made for kids. We love it. We want it.
I had like every toy of all those
all
franchises.
of,
that you
yes,
just
all
named
of them.
off.
Like they don't need to be made for kids because when you try to make things for kids because you're not a fucking kid anymore, it is stupid because you're like, what do kids like? Bing bong gling glong. Like that must be for kids, and it sucks every fucking time. And with Predator, they're making it for kids. I mean, Predator Badlands is rated PG-13. Are you going to rip someone's skull out Mortal Kombat style and clean it and hang it on a tree at PG-13?
No.
Probably not.
Actually, one of my friends invited me to go watch Badlands, and I'm like, man, it's not for me. And the way that he and I became friends was going to watch Alien versus Predator. We met each other for the first time. He's like, oh, it kind of sucks. It's not rated R. It's PG-13. I'm like, well, you know what that means? And he's like, huh? And I said, someone's going to get dragged off screen, and you're just going to see legs kicking. And then he was sitting in front of me in the theater, and as soon as that happened, he turned around. I was like, I told you. And then all of us after the movie were like, well, that movie sucked, but we got to make fun of it, and we became friends or whatever. But, yeah, it's just Predator has just had a long tumble, and it keeps getting worse ever since Hulu got a hold of it, since Disney took control. And man, I
Like
just,
we
I
really
hate that.
gotta make sure
I
that
hate
this
that.
alien from another planet that's never existed in any form or fashion in our world needs to be relatable by a very specific demographic. And it's just
Yeah,
like
this
just,
whole thing of like having a teen angst predator that he's like, oh, but Papa, why are you mad at me? And then
I must prove myself.
yeah, like man, have you seen that teaser thing they released where he's all chained up and like the dad predator tells the brother predator to kill this teen angsty predator and he's like oh, and he's like scared and crying and trying to break free. It's like, have some pride, Yautja. Like, Jesus, man. The people in charge of Predator do not understand one thing. Like, read some of the friggin'
They don't care. They're like, we
source
gotta
material.
make it for the kids. Oh my god. We gotta make it for the kids. Can my kids come in here? Can my kids play this? Can my kids
Yeah.
just don't make it for the kids.
So-
Don't because the kids are gonna be grown up and they need stuff that's not just made for kids.
Yeah. So Predator Badlands is coming out if you
Get
want
it
to
out of here.
go.
Get
sit
it
through
out of
that.
here. Poop. I said
Yeah,
poop.
poop.
Also coming out, Sydney Sweeney's. Everybody's talking about her boobs again because
She
like,
had them out for everyone to see.
yeah, but I mean, like, is that like, can when are we going to like stop objectifying bodies? And they're like, well, this is my whole personality, and I'm going to make sure everybody talks about them. And they're like, hey, how about we talk about like this
Well,
performance?
She had to
And
get away to get out of that whole like racist jeans commercial thing. Oh, dude, Tom.
so
Felton,
by
yeah.
pulling her boobs out and going, look at these, like.
It worked. I
I
guess.
mean, it's weird. Like, and why do we even care? Like, how many boobs have we seen at like events? Like, they're all over the place. Boobs, everybody has them. Like, I have them. Like, whatever. Anyway, it's called Christy. It's based on a true story. It's about Christy Martin, one of the a female boxer from the '90s, and yeah, man. Early reviews are saying it's pretty good.
What I'm seeing is that it looks like she's gonna have a bad Southern accent in this movie.
What it looks like is she's going for the Charlize Theron monster angle, where it's like, everybody thinks I'm hot. I'm going to play an ugly. And they're like, whoa, what a triumphant, like, I cannot believe you were able to channel what it must look like and be like to be an ugly. Ah, yikes. You know, how, what a triumphant role. What a daring performance that she just was ugly. Oh God. Wow. Why would we ever?
Yeah, she's gonna get on the microphone and say,
She's
"Well,
so brave.
when I was sitting at home, I said to myself, I said, show yourselves."
I'm gonna be a boxer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know, whatever, dude. It'll probably be good. I mean, I've only watched the trailer once. Some of the hair pieces in it, when they're like, what do people's hair look like in the '90s? And it's just, and a lot of these people that are working on these movies weren't alive in the '90s, so they don't know. And
Oh my God, you're right.
it's like, geez, man. Anyway, whatever. Sydney Sweeney, I guess. Also coming out is Nuremberg, just on another happy-go-lucky
I was
note
about to say,
here.
what a joyful sounding movie that is.
It's
Dude, what is that? Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
A Nazi?
it's from Sony Pictures Classics, distributing this. This is James Vanderbilt wrote and directed this one. It's got Russell Crowe and Rami Malek in it, and it also has Michael Shannon. So I mean, it's a great cast, and I actually can't stand World War II movies, but this cast looks really, really good. And it's about a World War II psychiatrist evaluating Nazi leaders before the Nuremberg trials. And kind of they get obsessed with trying to understand just evil, you know. And I mean, the cast alone makes me want to see it. And that's saying a lot because I really don't like World War II movies. But John Slattery's always good, and especially if he's playing some sort of World War II butthead, because that's all he does. He's probably like, oh, what's his credit? He's a colonel. Of course, he's a fucking colonel, because
Yeah,
he
like,
always plays that.
Tony Stark's dad.
Yep. And then Richard Grant, who always plays an intense, like, son of a bitch. He's in there. And Michael Shannon and Rami Malek are just freaking great. And then Russell Crowe is just the angriest anger guy. Like, ever since he got fat, all his roles are like, I'm fat, I'm angry, I'm gonna punch your face off. And like,
Fighting around the world. Come on, Tugger. Yeah.
Exactly. So Nuremberg coming out in theaters this week. Also, another just oddball like Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson, Sissy Spacek somehow in this movie. Very, very indie. I don't know if it's going to get much of a wide release. It probably hit the art house circuit, but it's called Die My Love. It's about Grace, a writer and young mother, slipping into madness. She's like locked away in this old house in Montana, and she kind of goes crazy and leaving her companion Jackson, not knowing what to do. So, I mean, I never thought as an adult I would be excited about watching Robert Pattinson act because Twilight.
You know what I was going to say? I was about to say, you know what? That dude can act.
He can act. Like, holy crap, can he act? You got Nick Nolte, Sissy Spacek, Robert Pattinson, Jennifer Lawrence. Like, you know, Jennifer Lawrence kind of bugs me sometimes when she's just doing Jennifer Lawrence things, but she can also act. And she's made some really fantastic movies.
Nick Nolte's really good at being an angry guy.
He is. So like, we can't get Gary Busey because he's too crazy. Let's get Nick Nolte. So yeah. Die My Love coming out in theaters this week. Everything else is just like super like low budget indie, straight to DVD. There's a Martin Sheen movie, Lost and Found in Cleveland. I mean, you're not gonna. June Squibb's in it, and I really like June Squibb. I really wanted to see that movie that she was in recently.
Oh yeah, we had it at one of our theaters for like 2 days.
Yeah, I think she's fantastic, and like, what an interesting story for someone to just go, you know what, I'm gonna be a famous actor. I'm turning 89. Maybe I can make my break, and then she does. Like, wow, June Squibb's fantastic. So, yeah. Star Punch Telemaster on Twitch says, talk about DVDs again, please. I will never talk about DVDs again. It's so much work.
Dude, and there's only like, hey, if you head down to Walmart tomorrow,
maybe in the $5 bin. Yeah, I can't. That's just more energy for a format that no one cares about.
There was a big Star Trek release a while back, like maybe last year or something, that never hit the shelves, and I'm very upset about that. So the one time I talked about DVDs, I was like, you guys, Star Trek 3 or 4, whichever one it was, is going to be on the shelf, and then it wasn't, and I never saw it. So
it's just, this show has been going on so long.
We've outlived physical media.
Outlived our segment of talking about what's coming out on DVD. Wow. Okay. Well, there's that. Neither of us watched a new movie in the theater.
I sure did. I texted you while I was in it.
Man, I was hoping we could skip over this. Because
y'all know your boy went and watched a movie.
All right, get ready for the 17-hour review of whatever you just watched in the theater.
Dog, not Bollywood. It was a Telugu movie. I fulfilled my promise, and I went and I watched Bahubali, the Epic, in the movie theater. Sat through all 4 hours. Doesn't feel like 4 hours because it's Bahubali and it's amazing and it's super badass. But this was parts 1 and 2 combined and edited together into a single movie. So all 6.5, 7 hours, whatever it is, of Bahubali condensed down to just under 4 hours, with a 10-minute
condensed into just 4
Dude,
hours.
So hold up.
Was it called The Epic?
The Epic.
Okay.
Yeah, Bahubali, the Epic. And the most epic part of it, though, is the announcement and the trailer for Bahubali, the Eternal War Part 1 anime movie. Dude, they have an anime coming out of Bahubali fighting the Indian gods, and it looks so cool. It was the coolest thing ever. It looks amazing. So yeah, Bahubali the Epic is Bahubali back in the theater, combined the two movies together into one single film. There were supposed to be some new scenes edited in, whatever. There was a couple spots where I'm like, I don't
How
remember
do you
this.
take 7 hours of movie, condense it to 4, and add new footage?
By taking out a lot of the significant character building and cutting every action scene in half. So taking the best parts of the movie out of the movie. So while it was Bahubali and it was very entertaining and it was super cool to see it in the theater, they enhanced the sound too.
Okay.
It had a whole new color palette. So they recolorized and enhanced the sound for the entire film. But it was all at the expense of most of the first movie, which is Bahubali growing up with.
I mean, that sword
his,
truck is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's him growing up with his cousin. They were raised as brothers, and Balaladeva, and you didn't get to see how Bahubali embodied familial piety and respect for his mother, and why he was the chosen to rule instead of Balaladeva, who only cares about himself and his personal ambitions and doesn't care about the citizens of Mahismati. And so you missed out on a lot of that, which really was detrimental to the film. And they replaced it with just like little voiceovers here and there, some narration that did not.
Did you see it in IMAX?
No.
Okay.
We only had it in one theater here. It was the AMC, which they actually left the intermission in. It was a 10-minute intermission, which AMC did leave in. Usually they edit the intermission out of the Indian movies. And I guess in other showings,
you got to go take a dump somewhere in a 4-hour movie.
I guess in other showings, that's where the trailer for the Eternal War was shown, was during the 10-minute intermission. But this one, it immediately preceded the movie. It was very, very exciting.
How was it packed?
No, there was maybe like 20-25% of the theater full.
Okay.
It only had one showing.
Well, yeah, 4 hours long. Yeah. I'd assume it would only have one showing.
But I think I really benefited from it by having watched the Bahubali part 1 and 2 in their entirety before going into this, because I was able to have the pieces of the puzzle.
That's 12 hours of Bahubali you have consumed.
Oh, dude, there's an animated series that I wish that we'd have. There's comic books. There's video games. There's things that we do not have.
Do you not have a video game?
No. Dude, Bahubali is like a gigantic cultural phenomenon for India. It's incredible. It's a big deal.
I mean, that sword wagon did look pretty cool.
Dude, it's awesome. And so there's a lot of that's left in, but a lot of the initial character building, and they take out Sivu, Bahubali's son, Mahendra Bahubali, because like the Bahubali it's named after is Amarendra Bahubali, but his son, who his birth name is Mahendra Bahubali, but he's Sivu. They take out his love story entirely, and they just replace it with a narration, which was kind of disappointing, and took away from her character. She basically doesn't exist in this movie, the wife of Sivu.
Okay.
And then a lot of the action scenes are cut down. Most tragically, the one where they're fighting the Kalakaya as they try to attack Mahismati. But there was a couple of scenes added in that might have enhanced the original version of Bahubali, but they were small 5 to 10 second segments there was only a handful of them. So it is absolutely an action epic. The re-engineered sound design was very good. The color palette, I'm okay with the change. It doesn't have the same feel to it, but the editing of it is not what I would have liked for it to be, because it eliminates key parts of the character that really make you connect with Bahubali. So that was disappointing. But I think the majority of the second movie kind of still remains in place overall, but you don't get that build up to really feel the importance of what the legend of Bahubali is and why it's so significant that his son returns, and all that. Overall, it's fun. If you don't want to watch all the full length of the first two movies, you can definitely watch this and have a good idea of what's going on.
I mean,
and
4 hours.
The intermission was funny because as soon as it goes to intermission, it says you don't have to wait 2 years to find out what happens. And so, because at the end of the
That's
first
cute,
one,
yeah.
it goes, "Hey, find out in 2 years." So I think if you just want the condensed version of it, it's still overall pretty good. But if you really want the full experience and want to have an emotional connection or be able to feel what you watch movies to feel, I think the full length format of Bahubali Parts 1 and 2 is the better way to do it.
Right on. Well, it was in about 448 theaters this past weekend, so not a whole lot, and pretty interesting that we got it here. So that's cool. You got to check it out.
It's in like the top 2. It's the first or second highest grossing re-release in India ever. It's like the Avatar of India. Yeah.
Right on. Well, speaking of re-releases, that is the bottom of the box office. There was Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2 was in number 14 this week, and it came out this week.
I saw that, yeah, Twilight 2 was out.
But that is a good thing to a good transition into the box office roundup. We're gonna give you the top 10. Jake's gonna give you these movies. It was a really, really weak box office this week, and I think it's because Halloween was on a Friday. You know, when it only happens every 7 years. You know, I think next year is gonna be the same since it'll be on a Saturday. Like when you have Halloween on a weekend, people have other things to do. So, yeah.
Well, yeah. So, like you mentioned, in number 14, Twilight Part 2, Breaking Dawn, and then at number 13, Bahubali the Epic. Not bad for something re-released with 30% of it missing to come in not that far outside the top 10. And then at number 10, Good Fortune, $1.4 million brought in by that one, 3 weeks out from Lionsgate. It's brought in $14.6 million. We talked about that one here on the show. And then at number 9, opening at number 9, Stitch Head, $2 million.
I kind of wanted to see this, but I wasn't going to carve out the time to do it.
I mean, it's like a kid's movie.
Kids movie about a little Frankenstein boy or something.
Yeah. And then at number 8, somehow still up there, Tron Ares, in its 4th week out from Disney, brought in $3 million, bringing its total in the U.S. up to $68 million. Way low. I read somewhere that it only has like 150 million total, maybe. And they were like, see what Jeff Bridges has to say. He doesn't care. He got his paycheck. At number 7, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere in its 2nd week out. Dude, get wrecked, Disney, in these low takes. $3.7 million brought in by that one, bringing in 16.2. Hopefully they'll quit making the music biopics after this.
I mean,
they never tell the real truth of these people. So.
Man, we need to, you know what we really need to make? We need to make a movie about, and they're just going to be like Don Henley.
That would be sick, actually. I would go watch like a Don Henley or Eagles movie. A movie about the Eagles would be really cool. And then what they all did afterward, that would be cool. And then at number 7, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Oh, dude. No, it would be cool because then it would have like heavy metal playing like.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, yeah, then he went on to write the theme song for Heavy Metal the movie.
What if it was like a Michael McDonald biopic that, you know?
Oh, dude, I would watch a Doobie Brothers / Michael McDonald.
Keep forgetting the McDonald story.
Dude, that would be awesome. I would watch that. And then they talk about yacht rock. That'd be dope. At number 6, Back to the Future 40th anniversary.
Isn't that cool? Back to the Future is the number 6 movie in America.
Dude, just under $5 million. I saw they set out the popcorn bucket for it. When I went to tell the theater workers, hey, after intermission, the lights in the theater stayed on. Can you go turn them back down for the second half of the
And can I
epic,
also
please?
get the popcorn bucket?
If I would have had $45 on me.
You should have texted me, and I would have Venmo'd you immediately.
Dude, I almost.
Because you know it's gone.
Yeah. Well, I thought about it. I should have, but sorry.
Holla at your boy.
Yeah. And then at number 5, Begonia. $5 million brought in for it in its 2nd official week, but it only gained all of its theaters this week, going from number 13. It had less than 20 theaters, and it was in number 13, so now it's at number 5.
Yeah,
pretty good. So $6 million for it so far. And then at number 4, K-pop Demon Hunters. It is the sing-along version.
Yes, it was a putting it back in theaters for a sing-along version.
Yeah. So for a movie that you can watch and sing along to at home, because it is a Netflix movie, for the second time is killing it at the movie theater.
And I'm excited about that because it shows the difference and the power of the theatrical experience. So I am behind this 100%.
Yeah, $5.3 million brought in it. It's been out for 11 weeks, but I think they're counting the movie and the sing-along version
Together.
both versions of it together there, yeah. And then at number 3, Chainsaw Man, the movie, Raise Arc. $6.2 million brought in by that one, bringing it up to almost $31 million in the U.S. I saw somewhere that it made like over $100 million in Japan.
I mean, it's
just
crazy
crushed
how
it.
many anime movies we're getting in the United States now.
Well, it's crazy that Japanese people are turning out to the theater like that too. Theater tickets in Japan are like 2 or 3 times what they are here. And going to the theater is not a big deal there like it is here. And I know a lot of people here are like, oh, I never go to the movie, and it's not as big as it was once upon a time. But yeah, for Japan to turn out for a movie and then for it to be just as big of a success outside of that country, it's crazy. And then holding the number 2 spot, Regretting You, $7.8 million in its second week out, bringing it up to $27.25 million. And then climbing back up to the top spot
From
because
number 3.
Halloween, Freddy Krueger Light in Black Phone 2, $8.3 million in its third week, bringing it up to $61.8 million. Another $43.25 elsewhere, so it's crested over $105 million.
What a light weekend, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, kids, that's it. That's the show. We're done. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna come back next week, do all the things that we always do. You know, I'm going to go see Frankenstein tomorrow, so I'll report back on that one. If you want to get in that Discord, you want to chat with us throughout the week, you can always find all of our links and social medias and downloads and stuff like that over on our Linktree, driveinspeakerbox.com. And is March of the Penguins a foreign film? Penguins. But we will we'll be back next week. Thanks for tuning in. Happy November. We're here. I guess it's Christmas now. I've been seeing lots of Christmas. I don't know. I'm putting
Even Thanksgiving. We gotta have some. We gotta pretend fall exists somewhere.
It's maybe we'll see, but fall is now. Fall is forever in here in my heart. So, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.
See you.
As you leave the theater, folks, please be careful. Don't let this happen to your car. Be sure to remove the speaker before you leave. If you should accidentally pull a speaker loose, please turn it in at our snack bar or box office. Thank you.